Rob, hop on. Is your microphone working, sir?
Yo, what's up, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How you doing, Rob?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I just had a quick question.
Go ahead.
What do you think about Black Americans joining law enforcement?
I think it's a great idea. I think it's a phenomenal idea. More of us should join law enforcement. We should. The police isn't a bad thing. Problem is what we don't have police. We have race soldiers. These people are not police officers. You have police deputy gangs that's out here targeting Black folks.
Right.
So we should absolutely have more Black people in law enforcement. Absolutely. Especially foundational Black Americans. Let me say that. Because you have Black law enforcement, but they be from somewhere else and they'll whoop your ass faster than a white man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need some FBA law enforcement. Are you thinking about joining the force, sir?
Yeah, I'm actually out here in Georgia. I already signed my offer letter and everything.
Okay.
So just know I'll be on code. So that's all I want to say, brother.
My man, I appreciate you. My man brought up a good point, man. We need more of us codified FBA folks in law enforcement. We need foundational Black Americans in law enforcement. So when you go to the community, you can alleviate any problems. You ain't out there trying to escalate stuff and everything is all janky. We need some of our folks in law enforcement because most of the FBA officers that I've met and I've had incidents and run-ins with FBA officers, they've always been cool. They've always been cool. Never had a problem with them. Now, some of these officers that got like a little slight accent that they try to hide, now they might be on some bullshit. Like you try to talk to them, hey, were you speeding? You know you were speeding, right? Like, my bad, brother. Next time, brother. I'm not your brother. They'll be on that type shit. When somebody say I'm not your brother, when you hear a Negro say that, you're dealing most likely with a tether. When you hear that, it's about to go downhill. So you better be on your P's and Q's when you hear that. All right, let me see. We got a lot of folks in here. Let's get let me see. Let me see who we got. Let's get Shad got him. Let's get Shad got him.
Hey,
what's up, Shad?
How's it going, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How you doing,
I'm
family?
doing all right. I just wanted to say, did you see that Civil War II was trending on here? White folks going at each other now? What's that all about?
Oh, I gotta see. I think it was something to do with Trump.
I think so. I think they're saying they're gonna start a civil war if he gets indicted or something like that. I didn't look too much into it.
Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, these white supremacists might try to get Buck. So we better keep our eyes on this stuff because they might use this thing to try to just go all the way haywire with it. You know, so we better be ready. What's up, Jay Click? Hop on, Jay.
What's going on, brother Tariq? Man, I've been listening to you for a while, been following you for a while, and on the topic as far as assisting with your own demise, I believe we need to educate our own children. And you were talking about Atlanta. I was teaching at two black-owned schools in Atlanta for like 4 years, and that's the kind of route we need to go to, as far as especially that was during the COVID era, but the COVID era really taught us that we need to teach our own children as far as nowadays, and keep speaking on what you're speaking on, and I think we eventually going to go that route as far as like educating our own kids or actually putting black educators in the public education system. We can do it both ways.
Thank you so much. I have to land your plane. Let's get Dorian in. Thank you, brother. Dorian, hop on, brother.
Hey, what's going on, Tariq?
What's up, Dorian? Now, where you from, though? You've been on here before, right, Dorian?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. All right. Where you from? I hear an accent.
I'm from originally from Memphis, but I'm talking here now out of Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay. Okay. I kind of hear an accent.
What type of accent?
Not a Memphis accent. I smell some Jollof a little bit, brother. Is there some? Where's your family from?
My family, yeah, they foundational Black American. You know what I'm saying? They from my dad, he's from Mississippi. My mom from New Jersey.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I am Black. Yeah.
And your mom, did her side descend from slaves in America?
Yes, sir. She's from New Jersey. I have
Okay.
I picked up this accent from going to an all white school when I was growing up. So
Okay.
yeah, and I just kind of stuck with it because I like talking effectively, proper. So same way as you articulate yourself very well, and that's why I like
Yeah,
watching you and listening to you too.
no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, but and also, blackness isn't defined by us talking in slang all the time. But whatever. But what's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, so man, look, I respect your opinion 100%. So I had to ask you, what are your thoughts on the Bible?
The Bible has great, great positive stories. It's a lot of allegories in the Bible. I don't take it literally. See, that's the thing. People start trying to say that the things in the Bible were literal. They were not literal. Jonah was not in the belly of a whale and all of that stuff, and Noah didn't have two of all animals on an ark. These are allegories that were passed down years and years and years, and they were meant to send messages. So I feel that. I feel that. So,
Yeah,
thank you so much. All right, let's get some other folks in here. Let me see. A lot of people. How many people we got in here? Okay, got almost 800 in here. By the way, y'all need to be following my YouTube channel at Tariq Radio. That's my YouTube channel. Let's get Flip Myers. Let's get Flip Myers on here. What's going on, Flip? Flip, where you at, brother?
What's going on, Tariq?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind,
What's
brother?
good, bro? I don't know if you know anything about South Florida, but Miami Gardens last year was 11% Hispanic, and I believe like 80% Black, and this year it went up to 27% Hispanic. And like basically all the Black cities in South Florida are being gentrified. Like, I don't know if you know about Liberty City or anything like that, but it's not Black no more. They basically trying to take they trying to take a lot of the historical Black buildings from down there, but we fighting them and keeping it going. But I don't know if you vet anyone in Miami Gardens who's running for office or anything like that. And I just want to know if you know anything about that.
Well, yeah, great call. I haven't been to Miami Gardens in a while. My brother Carl, the promoter, took me down there. And they showed me a lot of love, and it was very Black when I went down there. I think we did a lecture down in Miami Gardens, if I'm not mistaken. And I think they gave me like a proclamation. They gave me like a Tariq Nasheed Day or something like that down there. And I'm not surprised, man. There is a mass gentrification. They are pushing Black folks out, man. This is why we have to be codified right now. All over the country in all of these areas, we see all of these things happening where Black folks are being displaced. This is why family, all of this Black brown coalition stuff that we sit here and try to push, that ain't working, man, because ain't no coalition. People coming in replacing your ass is not a coalition. You see, this goes back to assisting with your own demise. We got Black folks running around out here talking about Black and brown now. These is our brothers, and we got to fight together. And we're telling Black folks, hey man, we have to look out for other Black people right now. We have to make sure we are good. We have to make sure we have the right resources we need, because if anything pops off, we need to have the resources to take care of that. As what we're seeing in Mississippi right now, this water situation. Why is it going on like this? Because lack of resources. We have the proper resources. All of that stuff could have been fixed and nipped in the bud a long time ago. I was talking to my brother David Manor earlier. He's from Jackson. And me and my brother were privately brainstorming on things that we can do. And I want to help assist my brother. He's going to be out there doing some things and assisting. That's his hometown, so he's going to make sure that he can do everything he can do. So we're making sure the FBA family is going to be straight. But we shouldn't have to do this on a grassroots level. This should have been taken care of from a governmental administrative standpoint, because all of that money that's allocated to these cities and to these states, what are they doing with the money? You know what they're doing with the money? They're housing illegal immigrants, family. Every time we look up, the federal government is writing a damn check to some non-citizens, and we sitting here talking about a damn black and brown coalition, and we got a whole black city with people with brown water coming out the goddamn faucets, and y'all stupid asses talking about some black and brown. What brown people are helping us? The only thing is brown is the water coming out of the sink. Let's stop being silly and say, hey man, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to make sure the people we pay our tax dollars to are utilizing those tax dollars on us, the people who are paying taxes. We got to stop being afraid to say, hey, we need some stuff done for black folks. We get scared of the word black because white people have made the word black such a negative. We get scared to say that we want something for black folks. That's why a lot of us be pushing that black brown minority nonsense, because you scared. You scared if you go up here and say, "Hey, us black people need something." The white folks are gonna get mad. So you know what, Mr. White Man, we need some some things for people of color out here. Us minorities. Us black and brown is out here suffering. Oh, really? Black and brown is suffering? Okay, well, let me write $1 billion check for the brown people, because you niggas said they were suffering, so you wanted me to write a check for them. Oh, I guess so. Yeah, if you put it that way. That's the Jedi mind trick they run on niggas, man. They sit up here and say, well, y'all blacks wanted me to do something for the Hispanics, so hey, I did something. You blacks were up here talking about stop Asian hate, so you blacks wanted us to give them $10 billion. You see? Scared money don't make money. This is why the grassroots movement of us proclaiming our blackness, and not only our blackness, we're giving props to our lineage. That's why that movement is so heavy right now. Not only are we saying that we're black, we are foundational black Americans. We're cutting off all the other excess black folks when it comes to us getting our paper. This is how black we are. We're talking about a distinct lineage of black people, unapologetically. And when you move like that, people start getting codified. And then people start getting some act right too. Notice when we talk like that, when we say, hey, you know what? We ain't doing all of this minority coalition. In fact, we ain't doing the Pan-African coalition right now. We need something for a specific group, foundational black Americans, and we ain't voting for your ass or anybody until we get it. Notice how they're kind of listening. They're trying to play chicken with us to see if we're going to tap out. But notice they're getting some act right. You didn't have all of these reparation committees before. You didn't have all of these reparations panels and them actually putting reparation conversations on the table. They weren't doing that, 10 years ago? They weren't even touching that. We stayed focused and we said, no, we're not going to play this game. We have to get something specifically for us. So they're going to follow our lead. You think? We just have to remain focused. The name of the game is to remain focused. Let's get Amizi. What's up, Amizi? Hop on, Amizi. Excuse me. Omizi, hop on, bro. All right, Omizi, while you're taking your time to get on. All right, let's get let me see. Okay, Omizi got the hell out of here. He must have had a delivery. Let's get Sergeant, let me see, Paul Brown. Who's Paul Brown? Let's get Paul Brown, Sergeant Paul Brown. I don't know who that is, but Sergeant Paul Brown.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hey, beloved, how are you?
I'm trying to make it. God is good. My name is Patricia Brown Bamberg, so I'm on here representing my father, the late Sergeant Paul Brown.
Now, who is he?
He's my father. He was beaten to death in his apartment in Cincinnati, Ohio in 2017.
Now, who did it? Who beat him?
The landlord, the police department. I feel they murdered my father and they covered it up. And a lot of people in the town took part in it. The fire department, the health department, the coroner's office. All of them covered up my father's murder. And I was listening to you earlier, and you're right. I feel if you black, it has to be one color, black, because I don't see white people ever saying they're white and they're vanilla. I've never heard a white person say other than white, because white people, they respect their color. But some of us as black people, believe it or not, we don't want to be black. And we would actually take up for the whites before we help one another. My situation with my father, he was beaten to death. His penis was cut. He was frozen in the funeral home for 2 years and 7 months. And we did a YouTube video reaching out for help. And when we did the YouTube video, we got a call from an attorney, a black man. And he flew down from Ohio to Barnwell, South Carolina. He called me on the phone telling me and my family he wanted to fight for our civil rights. And we met with him at Hardee's, but it was a lot of people inside Hardee's. And I was like, gosh, she looked familiar. And since me and my brother was talking to him and everybody was looking at us because he had on a suit. And I was like, well, my mom, I grew up in a holiness church. We can go down the street and we can talk, for everybody won't be in our business. So we met with him. He met my mom and he was like, Sister Brown. So my mom remembered him as a young child. So we trusted him because not only was he a black man, he said he was a pastor. So to make a long story short, he was working for the funeral home. He was helping them. So for a whole year and a half, he helped the funeral home make a fake death certificate for my father to take the body. And when we found out after a year it was fake, they still took the body.
Okay, sister, email me all that in, because this seems like this is kind of a long story to detail, and we don't have too much time tonight. So email me more of the details of that, and we can get into that a little bit later, because that sounds like it's a lot to unravel. Omizi, you ready to get on, man?
Yeah, thank you, Tariq, man. I appreciate you, man. You're a living legend, man.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
going, bro. Like, for real, man. I just appreciate you, man. And with the hip hop shit, I just want to chime in real quick. It seems like we just like we create every generation, and we don't archive our shit, and it seems like other nationalities pick up what we just leave, and
Real talk.
they cherish it, and they live with it. They live with what we drop off, and each generation we just create and create. And I mean, like, for example, the Hispanics, Mexicans in California, they know oldies like the back of their hands. And if you get any of these new kids out here, they can't recite any oldies, but you get a Mexican kid out here, they'll recite that shit like the back of their hand, man. So
yeah,
it just seems like we just create, and they take, and we don't archive, we don't capitalize. And I just appreciate you, man, because like you nail it every time. You speak on it, you dissect it, even if it's not in your lane, you could break it down like it's fucking like you lived it. You know what I mean? Like, so I appreciate you, bro, and I just want to
thank
get
you
your
so much,
props.
man. So my man made a good point. Yeah, we don't archive stuff. We just kind of do stuff, and it's like, okay, this is something that we do, so why write it down? And then we're gonna do something else next week, and then we'll do something else. And we really do. My man made a great point. We have to archive our stuff. We have to start jotting stuff down and making historic records of some of the stuff that we do. Right now, well, I'm already doing some research for the hip hop documentary. We're already doing research for it now. And I noticed a lot of the old archive footage that we're getting and gathering from the early 70s and the late 60s. A lot of this stuff comes from foreign film crews. A lot of this stuff is from film crews who would come over here in the 60s and 70s, film, and then they would just go back and show that stuff overseas. So a lot of the footage, we don't have it over here. That's why you don't have any early footage of hip hop jams. There's like one or two things. There's almost zero footage. The earliest footage of that I got of a hip hop jam in the Bronx, New York, is from 1977. You're gonna see that in the movie. We got some footage of I think it's Grandmaster Flash. It's like real quick, and it's like a white dude was filming some stuff about New York, and it was just he just happened to film some cats on a roof cutting and rhyming, 1977, and that's it. That's the earliest footage, and I think Kool Herc might have a couple of home videos of people dancing, but there's not no footage. Nobody has any footage of it. We just didn't archive that stuff as we should have, you know. So we do have to start keeping historic records about a lot of stuff we do.